The assault begins without warning. Russian forces move into the sector as part of a coordinated push toward Ukrainian-held ground. A long armored column made up of modern tanks and combat vehicles rolls forward toward a nearby settlement. Above them, a Ukrainian Mavic reconnaissance drone tracks every movement in real time. On the ground, Ukrainian FPV drone teams prepare their response. Moments later, the first strike lands. An FPV drone slams into a Russian tank. The convoy does not stop. More FPV drones are launched. Another tank is hit. The blast is powerful, but the vehicle keeps moving. Extra armor plating and anti-drone netting absorb much of the impact. Each hit strips away another layer of protection. The tank continues forward, damaged but still advancing. But the pattern is familiar. Russian units push closer to Ukrainian positions as drone operators increase the pressure. Seconds stretch into critical moments. Then another FPV drone impacts a tank head-on. A violent explosion follows. Almost immediately, a second tank detonates. Its turret is torn free and hurled into the air. The last vehicle in the convoy is badly damaged. The crew abandons it and runs. FPV drones pursue, entering through an open hatch. The vehicle is destroyed from the inside. The outcome is clear. The assault has failed. Russian command responds by committing newer BMP-3 armored vehicles, attempting to force a breakthrough. A Ukrainian Mavic drone remains overhead, watching everything unfold live. The BMPs move forward, crossing a mined area and closing on Ukrainian lines. The drone feeds targeting data directly to ground forces. Javelin anti-tank missiles are fired. One missile strikes the top of a BMP's turret. The vehicle is crippled. The crew escapes in panic as flames spread. But when the drone moves closer, the reality is worse. One crew member is still trapped inside the burning vehicle, with fatal consequences. Despite the losses, Russian forces push another BMP forward. Artillery fire begins. The first shell lands nearby, but the vehicle keeps going. Then an FPV drone is launched. It hits directly. The BMP's onboard ammunition detonates in a massive explosion. The shockwave knocks nearby soldiers off their feet. The blast is visible from kilometers away. On another section of the front, a Russian self-propelled artillery system completes a bombardment and begins withdrawing. But Ukrainian long-range FPV drones are already tracking it. An operator locks on and guides the drone into the target. The crew tries to escape, but the damaged vehicle can't go far. A reconnaissance drone maintains visual contact and calls in a second FPV strike. The hit is precise. Fire's impossible. Elsewhere, a Ukrainian intelligence drone detects two Russian air defense systems. Coordinates are immediately transmitted. 2 missiles are launched. Russian air defense responds, intercepting the first missile mid-air.
Пошла ракета.
but the second is already closing in. It strikes near the system, delivering a direct hit. At the same time, Russian infantry suddenly comes under attack from Ukrainian shock units. Ukrainian troops move with speed and coordination. The commander clearly signals the direction of advance. The assault is decisive. Grenades are thrown first, then the unit storms the building. Every room, doorway, and corner is covered. The enemy is neutralized. Russian forces continue pushing through residential zones made up of detached houses. Ukrainian command responds by deploying Humvees, Bradleys, Leopards, and other Western armored vehicles. As Russian infantry moves from apartment blocks toward the housing sector, a Humvee is hit and disabled. Ukrainian troops dismount and take defensive positions. Air support is immediately requested. A Bradley is sent in. Russian assault troops are hiding inside nearby buildings, but the Bradley crew is unaware. An anti-tank missile is fired at the rear of the vehicle. It misses. The Bradley clears the area, providing cover as Ukrainian troops reposition. The enemy remains concealed inside houses. As the Bradley moves forward to extract infantry, it nearly becomes surrounded. Russian forces coordinate FPV drone attacks. One drone misses. The Bradley successfully evacuates the troops. To rescue another group, an M117 armored vehicle moves in. Despite heavy fire, it completes the extraction and returns damaged but intact. Russian forces reoccupy the houses. At that moment, a second Ukrainian Humvee, packed with explosives, drives toward a 5-story building held by enemy troops. The vehicle stops at the entrance. A demolition team dismounts. Seconds matter. Explosives are carried into the basement. The team retreats quickly. Russian commanders observe everything in panic. Urgent warnings are sent to their troops. The Humvee pulls back.
Джокер, стреляй! Бегите из подвалов, там и конец! 4-й подъезд, пацаны, 4-й подъезд, пожалуйста! Быстрей, пожалуйста, 4-й подъезд!
The explosives detonate. A large section of the building collapses. You remember how Russian troops were abandoning their tanks and armored vehicles just to save their lives. Now, let's see what happened to them next. Some of the soldiers tried to hide behind burned-out buses. Others crawled back into damaged vehicles, hoping the armor would protect them. But once again, we're seeing the same pattern in this war, over and over again. A massive Russian push, and then it collapses. Ukrainian drones stay overhead, tracking every movement. FPV operators spot fleeing infantry. Artillery units receive updated coordinates. Javelin teams remain on standby. The pressure never stops. Russian troops attempt to regroup, but there's nowhere to hide. Open ground offers no cover. Destroyed vehicles become traps instead of shelter. FPV drones dive in low, forcing soldiers to scatter. Some run, some freeze, some never make it out. Ukrainian artillery begins landing closer. Each impact cuts off another escape route. Russian units try to move forward again, but the advance falls apart almost immediately.
Что делать?
Постреляй где?
Вот справа!
Close combat follows. Ukrainian infantry moves in carefully, clearing positions one by one. Drones guide them from above, calling out movement, pointing to threats, marking targets. This isn't chaos, it's controlled pressure. Russian forces attempt one last push with what remains of their assault group, but coordination is gone. Command and control breaks down. Vehicles move without support. Infantry advances without cover. And once again, Ukrainian drones punish every mistake. FPVs hit vehicles as they roll forward. Artillery finishes what the drones start. Javelin missiles strike from concealed positions, targeting the heaviest armor first. Within minutes, the assault collapses completely. Ukrainian troops don't chase blindly. They advance in short bursts, secure one position, pause, scan, move again. Little pushes, step by step. As Russian forces fall back, Ukrainian units begin retaking ground that had been under pressure just hours earlier. Trenches are cleared, buildings are secured, observation points are re-established. The front line stabilizes, then shifts. Ukrainian flags return to positions that were nearly lost. Supply routes reopen. Defensive lines are rebuilt stronger than before. What started as a major Russian assault ends the same way so many others have.